everyone, welcome to Swishy K. Today I'll be continuing the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Last time we left off in the good old saloon, so let's go ahead and let's get started. Alright, it's time to head on out. Ready to mosey down to the next car? You got it, partner. Onwards! Alright. Ooh! We are in the library car. Alright. Oh, this stuff's getting really heavy. I'll dump what I don't need. Everyone's favorite journalist reporter, Amy Rose, is hot on the scoop. I'm heading out. You've been fabulously helpful. Already? Before you go, Espio and I want to give you your presents. My presents? You're both too sweet, thank you. Vector, it seems we have more guests. Hey, Amy, there you are. Have you found any leads yet? Oh, the detective pair needs help from the birthday girl? She knows everyone's allowed to be sassy on their birthday. The tip is just too juicy to ignore. I'll see you around. Don't worry, Sonic. I'll be the one to avenge you, and quick. But how are you going to leave? The door to the next car is locked. Oh, you doubt the birthday girl? The birthday girl has a master key. Right, the birthday girl gets the birthday key. Of course, it's birthday privilege. I'll solve this case before anyone else. Bye! Amy may be hasty, but she's thorough. Now what are you two doing? Looking mighty suspicious, I say. I'm the detective, so I can't be the murderer. And, I'm just making sure things go well. Things aren't going great. Oh, not sure if you've forgotten, but there was a murder. Well, I mean, besides that. Besides murder? My social skills, non-existent. I'm Vector the Butcher. I'm licensed to handle raw meat. And I'm Espio the Poet. Poetry, a resonant message from poet to reader, meant to challenge our delicate perspectives with the most rhythmic of prose. Can I hear some? Sure. Teardrops in the spring. Can you hear me? La 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 la, dee 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 dee. Was that it? I have more if you like. Cherry blossoms in the spring. I am satisfied for now, thanks. At least he was rhyming, I suppose. Swishy and I are here to establish both of your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy had everyone leave the dining car? Well, sure, it's simple. We just explained this to Amy, actually. When we were all sent off, Rouge, Blaze, Shadow, and Sonic all passed through the library car, where Amy told me and Espio to stay. I promptly picked up a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Vector got bored, so he left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car. Yep. Where was Rouge? What happened to see her lipstick on the cup on the saloon? Rouge came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Then she went to search for in the saloon car. Then she came back shortly after. We heard her shout, "No way!" at the brochure stand over there. But she left back in the casino car before Shadow came through and locked the door. Wonder what she found. She obviously went on the hunt for something. After Rouge left, Shadow walked through the casino car, then entered the library car and locked the door behind him. More importantly, why does Shadow been locking doors? Shadow walked through the library car and the saloon car, where Knuckles and I were playing games. He insisted on showing us house up at Super Ball Monkey. I got so engrossed by the rolling monkey action, I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. I guess he walked through the library car to the casino car again, locking the door behind him. Then he entered the lounge car where he was meant to be stationed. When Vector came back, I realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car. That's when the train sped up. We were worried about the bookshelves falling on us, but we got through it all right. We sat trapped here until Amy arrived asking questions. She's the one that told us someone murdered Sonic. And yeah, that's all that happened. With all these locked doors, it seems Vector and Espio couldn't have left the library car or the saloon car. Thank you for both of your cooperation. We're just gonna peek around and we'll return with any questions. You'll return with any meat, I'll chop it up for you. And if you'd like to be serenaded with a poem, I got you covered too. Thanks, guys. The alibi seems solid enough, but we should still search for clues. What we're looking for is any evidence that proves that they're saying is true. We need to confirm Vector's reasoning for leaving his post and determine if Espio was actually in the library car reading. A tall task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails. Absolutely. Alright, let's see. Oh, poor thing. That arm has been really struggling cleaning up this car. To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up this mess either. Let's just leave it alone to do its thing. Yeah, it's probably for the best. Ciao, Scola. Check out our book club. Book of the month, Gone Gal. And let's leave it there. A tail hangs precariously from a tree branch. The large text below reads, "Hang in there." Wow, I really need to see this. Huh? This little Cheo's hanging in there, refusing to use his wings to fly to safety, because choosing the hard way is often the most rewarding. That's beautiful. If this Cheo can stick to his principles and find strength, then I can too. There's no way there was that much thought put into this poster, right? Ooh, brochures. There are travel destination ideas here, like amusement parks, caverns, hotels, restaurants. Swishy, look at this. There's a couple of maps on here. That seems to be the map of the library car. The books are categorized by genre, which are listed here. I love a good overhead map. Let's take it. Library map is added to your inventory. Should we take this brochure about a cave too? Looks like there's stalactites. Nah, I'll leave it. Oh, yeah, that's weird. Oh, no one shares my fondness for caves. What a shame. Shadow supposedly walked through the library car before going into the saloon car. When Shadow left the library car, he locked this door on the way out. There's gotta be a good reason he's doing this. We should take note of it. Yeah, I do believe we should. Shadow's lock is added to your inventory. What else have we not done yet? Let's see that phone. So many books on the ground. I wish we had time to pick them all up. Sadly, I have no interest in picking up these books. A lot of these were knocked down by the train speeding up. But Rouge held a lot of those out searching for something. What reckless behavior. I feel sorry for the poor books. The spines are creasing. They're opening too far. This kid feels empathy for everything. Something's always hidden in the trash can. Let's check here. I hate to say it, but there's nothing here. I really thought there'd be something. Swishy, are you sad there was nothing in the trash bin? No, I'm alright. I'm sure there'll be something hidden in the next trash bin we find. You really think so? Yeah, we just gotta stay optimistic. Yeah, these trash bins hide a secret, I'm sure of it. Swishy, you're pretty unconventional, but I like that. Was that supposed to be a compliment? Let's just take a pause to sit for a second. These chairs are very comfy, so plush. Puts me right in the mood for reading. Makes me want to take a nap, personally. In fact, maybe I'll rest my eyes for a bit. Swishy, no! Don't fall asleep. There's been a murder, remember? If I had a ring for every time a murder ruined my nap time. Alright, let's see. Huh. What's with this big, bright red book? Oh yeah, this reeks of evil scientist Dr. Eggman. Yep, this is Dr. Eggman's autobiography and recipe book. What kind of recipes? Who cares? I wouldn't trust any book he's written. It's weird this is even here. Maybe people just appreciate an omelet. Well, you may not be wrong. And over here. Wow, I wish I could just stop and look at all these books. But Sonic needs me. No time to rest. Alright, let's move on then. Well, I mean, a little peek wouldn't hurt. He's scavenging through all the books excitedly. He's like a kid in a candy shop, or in this case, a genius in a trained library. That's odd. I know some books have fallen out on the floor and everything, but every book on these shelves is in alphabetical order, but this one. It's the user guide to the Mirage Express, the train we're currently on. Do you think someone found it on the ground and put it back? Maybe, but it is interesting. Let's make note of this. Mirage Express manual is added to your inventory. I think we found enough clues. Let's go interrogate Vector and Espio and find out what really happened. Alright. Did you bring me any meat to chop? I may be a butcher, but they confiscated my meat cleaver before getting on the train. You've actually tried bringing a knife on the train? I'm a man of authenticity. Tails, without a knife, I'm just a chef in a ketchup-stained apron, not a butcher. I think if you had a knife on you, we'd definitely think you were the murderer. What if I hid the knife? You know, I'm not the biggest fan of this line of thought. Can I take your order? Oh yes, please, I'm starved. Actually, I'm off duty at the moment. The murder mystery is more important. Then, why would you show the menu to me? Come on, Swishy. Why would you tease him like that? Hey, I thought I could trust you. You made a fool of me. Look, Swishy, you made a fool of him. Come on, Swishy, smooth this over. No, I'm the fool. Yeah. Smooth things over, but at what cost? I don't think I even hit the globe, though. A globe of our marvelous planet. I haven't traveled around much. The islands are fun and all, but I'd love to visit some of the countries. They're a lot of fun, honestly. Plenty of wonderful people and shops. The food can't be beat either. Sounds perfect for a vacation. The conductor was talking about Spongania, if you ever been there. I have, actually. If you're ever visiting, be sure to stop at the university and say hi to Professor Pickle. He'll tell you everything about that area and makes one scrumptious sandwich. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. This group knows everyone and has been everywhere, haven't they? Alright, let's go back. We'll start interrogation. So 2 of you don't believe us, eh? It's not like that. I don't trust either of you, but I wouldn't be a proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. Swishy and I are here to confirm 2 things. Why Vector left to go play games with Knuckles, and if Espio really was reading in the library car. Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library car to visit Knuckles? We're prepared to present evidence if need. Oh, that is easy. I got bored. What? It wasn't that entertaining to him, though, it seems. Vector enjoys being social. Plus, we were instructed to mingle. I remember an arcade machine in the saloon car, so I figured I'd check it out. This seems to line up with the information we gathered with Knuckles. Then that brings our attention to you, Espio. Rouge entered the library car, found something, then left. You said you immediately started reading, but were you actually reading the entire time you were in the library car? Of course he was. Huh? Once Espio starts reading, he doesn't stop till it's done. I've seen it happen. It must have been a good read. What was the book? Espio don't own you like that, detective. Let the man leave. What if it was Bearson? What kind of things do you think I read? If you won't talk, I have a hunch on what book it might be. Swishy, can you help me out? Alright, Swishy. What book do you think Espio may have been reading? This one. Manual? You think Espio was reading instructions? What argument could you possibly have to support this? Thinking time. Alright. Oh goodness. Doing good, doing good. This is honestly one of the best runs I've had this entire game. That's crazy. Alright. There are books scattered around the floor for sure, but the remaining books on the shelves were all in alphabetical order. All except this manual, meaning someone at the very least picked up the manual up and put it back in the incorrect place. Ugh. This lack of attention to detail isn't normally like you, Espio. Hey now, I won't have you insult my pal like that. Calm down, Vector. I know you mean well, but I can handle myself. Apology, Espio. A butcher and a poet. Friendship can form anywhere. That is indeed the book I was reading. The Mirage Express Manual. Trains are cool. In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual, Swishy, if you don't mind. Could you ask Espio some questions about the manual? Just flip to a page and ask away. Oh, I see. Quiz Espio on the manual to prove he read it. Which page should I read him in on? 97. Okay. What effect in extremely accurate technology was installed to assist in keeping the train spotless? Robotic arms. During the event, they could perform a variety of tasks and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards. I remember the conductor saying the train could clean itself, though I have a feeling the train company didn't want to hire any janitors. The robotic arms can also detect weapons or explosive beings being brought into the train, ensuring passenger safety. Seems like Espio aced that question, Swishy. Hit him with another one. Okay, which page do I choose? 231. What is the Mirage Express cancellation policy? No refunds and you'll be charged with a no-show fee. This does not apply if you're over the age of 65. Gee, the person who made this rule must have been over 65. Last one, Swishy. Let's see if Espio can go 3 for 3. Gotcha. Which page should I pick last? 16. What was implemented to support the conductor duties and ease general train obligations? An intelligent data processing system. It works in tandem with the conductor to ensure smooth travel for guests. I remember this. The train has an autopilot, but it can't access full suite compatibilities without the conductor present. Now, did I pass your little test? No. Yes, you did. Totally. It's wild you're able to retain all this information so quickly. A poet's brain is often surprising. I don't know if I'd be bragging about that. You clearly read the manual. Those answers feel far too specific to be guessed. You both had the nerve to question my buddy like that. Don't we want to be smart folk who read? You have to admit, though, the reading the entire time a murder occurred does sound a bit suspicious, even if true. But he answered all my questions so calmly. That's very impressive. No, I understand everyone's cautious attitudes. Vector was the only one to see me reading after all. My alibi is hard to substantiate, despite being the truth. Well, you definitely read through the manual, I suppose, so we can't... Espio, is that true? Vector was the only one seeing you read. Yes, that's correct. Problem? Frankly, I don't believe that can be true. We have evidence to back that up. Swishy. You always put me on the spot. Okay, Swishy thing. We should have a piece of evidence linked to someone who also saw Espio reading, but what? Well, they did say Rouge showed up, so... No, that wouldn't prove anything. I guess a lock. Shadow's lock? Please pray tell why this has to do with anything. We're up, Swishy. Let's get our argument together. Alright. Oh. Oh goodness. Oh, we did though. Dang. These games are getting harder and harder. Shadows walked through the library car to get into the saloon car, where he set the original high score on the arcade machine. Yeah, but I ended beating it. It wasn't the high score for long. Crocs are natural gamers. Espio said he saw Shadow enter the library car, but he's mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. He only mentioned that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the saloon car, Espio was fully seated reading his book for a good while at this point. We know Shadow had to walk back through the library car when he left the saloon car, so there's definitely no way Shadow and Espio didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip. I mean, it was a simple slip-up. I was just fully immersed in my book that I didn't notice Shadow. You're telling me the sound of doors opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up? Well, as you see, I can sense Espio's desperation here. Defending an argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy. So if you didn't see Shadow returning from the saloon car to lock all the doors, then at the moment you were really in the library car at all? But how would Espio leave? Shadow locked all the doors and no one saw Espio in the saloon car. It's a mystery, my dear Swishy, one I would love for Espio to solve. You've got to believe me. That cool demeanor is vanishing. I was involved in my book. I didn't notice Shadow passed back through the library car. I'm honest. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention. Yeah, and I remember doing that. It must avenge my friend's death. So I'll ask you again, Espio. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, then how did you leave the library car? I wasn't. I didn't. Why does this seem right to me? Tails definitely feels like he's onto something, but I don't see it. Was Espio simply reading, or did he have someone else vanish to not notice Shadow's return to the library car? What should I do? Let's interrogate. Join Tails. No, I can't interrupt Tails while he's onto something. I'll let him continue this line of questioning him. Was she my favorite beloved employee, please? Protect the passengers aboard this train, they must be taken care of. If you fail, the lawsuits would be torturous. Don't allow such an old feeble soul to get sued. I have to make sure our guests are taken care of. I have to speak up. Tails. Huh? We have a piece of evidence that can answer all of our problems. Alright, my fellow associate, lay it on me. What kind of piece of evidence shows Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another? Alright, now let's get my thoughts in order. Think. Nope, we didn't get hit. I was thinking, this level's too quiet. Of course it won't be for long. Heck yeah. Ding ding ding. The library map. Oh, I see. See the exits? They're right across from one another, a straight path. If Shadow walked down this straight path, there's a way Espio and Shadow couldn't have seen one another. Looks like you have to point out where exactly on the map you mean. Where could Espio have been for Shadow not to see him? Well, if that's a door, that's a door. Expose. Probably interesting. That's where I was sitting while reading my book. I can second this. When I was returning from the saloon car, Espio was in the same spot. That confirms it then. You see, Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen each other from this spot, because a bookcase is in the way. There's no way Shadow could have seen Espio, or vice versa. It makes a lot of sense why you never mentioned Shadow's return, Espio. There's just no way you could have seen him. I apologize for losing my cool back there. I felt like I was grasping despite telling the truth. But I'm glad you don't believe me now. Your alibi isn't the most airtight, but I have no farther points. Thank you both for answering all our questions. We did it. Another pair of alibis. Validated. Too many locked doors to be worried about, but I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end. Well, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna crash in here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy. Likewise, I could use a breather. Sadly, our work isn't done yet. I have plenty of questions for Rouge, and especially Shadow. Oh, it seems the door to the next car is open. Amy must have kept it open when she passed through earlier. Then that's our cue to leave. See you later, Vector and Espio. Give 'em heck, and if you need any meat chopped, say the word. I'll keep my poetry sharp for you both. A murder is on the loose, while doors are being locked. Tick-tock, tick, goes the clock, while our heroes are in the caboose. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident in our detective abilities. We're doing this. Come on, Swishy, let's see what's next. Coming. Alrighty. Let's save. Yep, save. Alright, well that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please subscribe, like, and I'll see you next time.